Hey guys, I feel so privileged and honored to be here today at MD Anderson with my beautiful mom, Marlaine White, and her oncologist, Dr. Sharon Giordano. This is really the beginning of a campaign we're about to kick off with MD Anderson for the month of October that goes through the end of the year, and it's all about breast cancer awareness. So we're really excited to be here, and this is Dr. Sharon Giordano and my beautiful mother, Marlaine, who has her really cute scarf on. So, I'm so excited that we're all here today to talk about this. And it's, I think a lot of people shy away from topics like this because it's like, first of all, I don't want to talk about my boobs. Who wants to talk about the boobs? And then I don't want to talk about sick boobs. So, but the reality is, this is the reality. We're all women, we all have to connect, we all have to have the courage to come out and talk about it.
I was first diagnosed in 1988, and when I was diagnosed with a recurrence of breast cancer, I felt like maybe this was it, because I had been led to believe just a few years ago that if you had a recurrence of breast cancer, it was pretty serious. Well, when I found out that that is not true, MD Anderson certainly didn't feel that way when I was diagnosed. They said there are all kinds of directions we can go with your treatment. And recently, I asked Dr. Giordano the question, what if the Herceptin stops working for me? What happens then? And very calmly and confidently, she said, oh, we have other drugs, we have other treatments. And she doesn't know what that meant to me as I walked away from that appointment, how important that was to hear.
I think it's sort of a unique story
Yes.
to have, a 23-year-long remission and then be like, show back up, like I need help.
I think it's really amazing because we've had so many new drugs that have come on the market over the past decade with breast cancer. It's incredible. So, situations that used to be really, more immediately life-threatening, now people can live for years with some of the new medications we have, if not decades. I think also just from, your mom has such a positive attitude and a great outlook on it that I think that makes such a big difference in how you face a situation like this.
Yes. For me, being so busy, I hardly have time to remember that I have cancer. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's true.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And not dwelling on it, not thinking about it when I first wake up. I don't think about it until I look on the calendar and go, oh yes, I have a treatment tomorrow. But that works for me, plus the humor. And of course, I'm sitting across the table from the person that makes me laugh the most. So that's the best medicine for me.
When it comes to early detection and being, super vigilant about that, what can you speak to that?
I mean, in general for breast cancer, we do recommend screening starting at 40 yearly with mammograms. And, everybody who reads the newspaper knows that that's been somewhat controversial in recent years with different groups having different opinions on that.
Right.
But I think still, caution is probably wise because it does make detecting a cancer early when it's earlier stage clearly improves the survival rates.
For the caregivers out there who are every day on the front lines dealing with loved ones who are dealing with treatment, breast cancer, tell us what your perspective is on that and how they deal with it.
Well, I would wish that everyone would have someone as dedicated to supporting them if they're ever diagnosed with cancer as my husband has been with me. He's by my side through everything, and I have to say all the things that have helped me get through my years with breast cancer, it's been my husband. But the whole family has been there. I mean, if you're fortunate enough to have a close family.
And I think the caregivers can bear a big burden of the
Yes.
disease, and often nobody recognizes that. People don't necessarily reach out to them.
Right.
So I think often they are,
Invisible.
they don't get as much credit as they often deserve.
Dr. Giordano, if you kind of gave us some last words about kind of where we are today with breast cancer, what would you say to everyone out there?
Well, I think that all the research is going on is so important because that's really the foundation for how we are making people live longer, making people have better quality of life, and ultimately fighting this disease. So I really applaud your work and efforts for not only the screening and raising awareness, but also to help us fight this disease and keep making advances.
Everyone today is totally open about
Yes.
it. There's so much talk about it. There's so much, that I am so happy about what the women have today, that takes so much of the fear out of it, so much of the surprise out of it. It's a completely different situation and a much more positive one.
And when you think about the history and how much shame was associated, you know, back in the 40s and 50s and probably even early to mid 60s, it was just like nobody talked about it. And it is sort of this, you know, it's sort of like breast cancer has come out of the closet.
Yeah,
It's like,
really?
hey, let's talk about it, which there is that empowerment that you feel as a woman that if it did happen, I sure would have a lot of people ready and willing to embrace me and talk to me about it, including, you know, professionals and then closest friends. And, you know, I think that there's something really, really empowering about that.
There is.
Just sitting here today with you and my mom is really empowering, just on that road of like, we're going to figure this out. And, you know, this scarf and these little products that we're making in honor of breast cancer, you know, that's sort of one small proactive thing you can do is sort of engage in that and say, I'm going to go ahead and buy this and I'm going to love it and wear it and feel beautiful, but really ultimately feeling beautiful inside and out. I just really thank you guys for talking to us today, and I just know that we've just all learned so much, and I just feel connected and empowered, and I'm really grateful. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.